Now, Save Our Seabirds usually has about 150 injured birds in its hospital facility.
ABC 7's Linda Carson introduces us now to an amazing Suncoast woman who helps make all of it possible.
Save Our Seabirds rescues and rehabilitates hundreds of birds every year. Much of its current success is due to Ann Anderson. Ann's love for birds started when she was a child in Rochester and tried to rescue a robin.
I carried it home so carefully I could feel its little beating heart, under the downy feathers, and got home and I found an old Easter basket up in the attic, and I brought that down with some grass and put the little bird in it. Hung it up in a tree.
But it died.
I just cried and cried. So I think all this time later, all my time here is atonement, but that's sin of long ago. At least I'm saving birds now.
She recalls her college days.
I went to Northwestern for 2 years and then transferred to the University of Minnesota.
That's where she met her husband. After the children were born, they moved to Atlanta, but they frequently visited Sarasota, and Ann loved the Pelican Man's Bird Sanctuary.
And then one day, I think it was 8 or 9 years ago, I stopped by. I couldn't believe it. Grass was all overgrown, no birds, everything falling down and decrepit.
The Pelican Man had died and the sanctuary had closed. Ann was devastated. She joined forces with Lee Fox, who was trying to get it started again.
We got the money together. There was an initial sum that we had to prove that we had available. And we had to go down to city council and talk to people and get people on our side, basically. They didn't want us to get it started and then not have it work out.
It was a tough job.
There were many times in the beginning I wasn't sure if it was going to work out or not, but we made it through the initial problems. And once David came on board, he was the one that really was a businessman, and we had to learn how to run it according to good business practices.
But for Ann, extremely rewarding.
My reward is the birds. When I drive over the bridge, maybe every evening, and I see a flock of pelicans against the clouds and the sunset, and I just think, oh, maybe a couple of you are there because of us.
And her life lesson?
My philosophy of life can be summed up with do unto others as you would have them do unto you.
And for Ann, others includes creatures as well as humans.
The mission of Save Our Seabirds is to rescue, rehabilitate, and release. And Ann wants one of her legacies to be that these birds always get a second chance here, and those that can't be released have a home for the rest of their lives.
Yes.
Linda Carson, ABC 7, the Suncoast News.